first set. If you have the marking guide for the first set, please put up your hand. That's very good. I can see that majority of you. Okay. So sorry about that. I see hands are up, meaning that most of you have not been getting what I've been saying. Now we are back to start. I can see Leila trying to show me the marking guide already. I can see that she has it. So I'd asked you that, do you all have the marking guides for the first set? And many of you responded by putting up your hands to show that you have them. So, like I was saying, we introduced ourselves to decimals or decimal numbers, where we had gone as far as looking at the place values of decimal numbers and finding the values of digits in the given decimal numbers. So, and I was saying, we need to just remind ourselves about the place values of decimals. Because we differentiate, we compare them, we said the place values of digits on the right of decimal points, of a decimal point, are different from the place values of digits on the left of the decimal point. And basing on what we looked at, and if you can look at the marking guides, I'm very sure you have gone through that work and you have seen what we talked about, and you've been able to make corrections basing on that. Tasnim, can you pay attention? So today we want to just look at that table that reminds us about some of the place values of decimal numbers, and we have their numerical value and how we can express that as a decimal. I'm very sure you all have that. You're able to see that table properly. You can see that the first three place values, the position names that are given there, where we have the hundreds, the tens, the ones, those are place values of digits on the left of a decimal point of a given decimal number. And the next three that we are having there, we have the tenth, the hundredth, and the thousandth. Those are the place values of digits which are on the right of a decimal point in a decimal number. Now, we begin with the first one, which is hundreds. Hundreds in figures or as a numerical value is represented by 100, the way you are seeing it. And as a decimal, you can see that it is 100.0. Remember, 100.0 is 100. Any number 0.0 is that very number. The next place value we have there, which is the place value of the second digit on the left of a decimal point, which is tens, is represented by 10 as its numerical value, and as a decimal is 10.0, which is automatically 10. The next is ones, which is the place value of the first digit. Stacy and Laura, you are not settled yet. Stacy and Laura. So the place value of the first digit on the right, on the left of a decimal point is ones, and its numerical value is 1, the way you're seeing it, which is 1.0, and 1.0 automatically is 1. Now we move on to the place values of digits, which are on the right of a decimal point in a decimal number. We have the first one, the place value of the first digit on the right immediately after the decimal point, that number that comes there, that digit that comes after the decimal point, takes the place value of 10th, like we said. 10th, as its numerical value, 10th simply means 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Where 1 out of 10 as a decimal is 0.1. We shall see how we express these fractions as decimals. Wait to put up your hand. I will give you a chance to raise your concerns. The place value of the the second digit on the right of a decimal point is hundredths, which means 1 out of 100, and as a decimal is written as 0.01. I hope everybody is able to follow what we are saying, looking at the table on your screen. The next place value, the place value of the third digit on the right of the decimal point is thousandths, which is 1 out of 1,000, and as a decimal is written as 0.001. So in summary, that table is trying to guide us or to take us back to understanding the place values of digits in a given decimal number, and at the same time to guide us when it comes to finding the values, because we said the value of a digit is obtained by multiplying a digit by its place value, which place value must be changed to a numerical value, and you can go ahead to change the numerical value of a given place value to a decimal. So that was what we looked at as far as values and place values of digits are concerned. Today, we are taking or looking at what we are terming to be the place value, expanding. We are looking at expanding decimals using placing values. Using place values. Expanding. We have always tried to make things expand. For example, you can make a balloon to expand by blowing in what? Air. You make it to expand. But when you remove the air, the balloon will come back to normal. The way it was is the same way it will become. So we want to know, what do we mean by expanding? What is to expand? Yes, Namagunga Mary, can you try to read for us the first step that we have there? What do we mean by expanding? What is to expand a number?
To expand a number simply means to make a number look larger in size and fill more space. It does not change the value of the number, but it changes the appearance of the digits in the value form.
Thank you very much, Namagunga. So everybody is able to see that brief explanation or meaning of the word to expand. Simply means to make a number look large, like the balloon. It will be small in size, but when you blow air in it, it will look large. But after again removing the air, the balloon will go back to the way it is. So the same means, the same is to do with expanding numbers. It will make the number look larger in size and it will fill more space. But when you go back, where we shall look at now bringing back that very number to the expanded number, back to the original number, you'll see that the same number will come back to be the way it was before expanding. So expanding does not change the value of the number, but it changes the appearance. You see that the digit was 4, it has changed to 4,000, maybe to 0.04, like that, but it does not change anything at all, just the appearance. The number will look larger in size and it will fill more space, but that's how we shall see what it is. May I hear from Amoding? Amoding, can you read that for us? What are some of the operation signs we use in expanding numbers? Amoding? Amoding is not there. Let us hear from Bagala Maria. Bagala Maria.
Excuse me, George, the question.
So try to be attentive. We are saying, read for us the next step where we are talking about the operation signs we use in expanding numbers.
We use two operation signs, that is 2, multiplication and addition, including the brackets for every first step.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bagala. So we are saying we use two operation signs, that is to say, the multiplication sign and the addition sign, including the brackets for every first step. That first step is where we shall get a digit. Let's say maybe we have 2 times 10. We put it into brackets. Then plus, again, we open the brackets and multiply another digit by its place value. The way we are going to see it in our next example. So the last part that we have there, Bethany Matovu, be attentive. Multiply, we are saying the first step is saying multiply each digit by its place value and keep putting a plus sign before the next multiplication as seen in the examples below. So we wanted to see how do we expand numbers following the instructions that we have just gone through. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see the first one that we have there. We have that first example. Remember, before we go to that, numbers can be expanded in different forms. One, we can expand them using place values. 2, we can expand them using values. And 3, we can expand them using powers of 10, or what we can refer to as exponents. But for this case, we shall look at 2, where we are going to look at place values and values. May I get Kutesa Divine? Kutesa Divine, read for us the first example that we have there.
Expand 9.83. Expand 9.853 using place values.
Thank you very much, Tessa. So what you have to know that you can't expand a number without knowing its place value. You have to know the place value of the digit in that given number, or place values of each digit in that given number before you are able to expand it. So you can see, we shall first of all have our place value table, the way we are seeing it there, where each digit is under its place value. The table is very clear. We can see 9, which is the only whole number in the decimal number that has been given, takes the place value of 1s. And the first digit on the right of the decimal point is 8. And we said its place value is 10th. The second digit on the right is 5. And it takes the place value of 100th. And the last one digit there is 3, which is in the third position on the right of the decimal point, takes the place value of 1000th. Please, let me hope you are following what we are doing properly. So we said to expand a number, you multiply each digit by its place value and make sure that after every multiplication, you put a plus sign before introducing the next multiplication. So may I hear from Nakainza Daniela? Your background is very dark. We don't know what is happening. Nakainza Daniela.
I beg your pardon.
Because I can see even darkness where you are. I don't know where you're hiding. So I was saying, you help read for us the first step of the expansion that we have there.
It is 9 times 1 plus 8 times 1 out of 10 plus 5 times 1 out of 100 plus 3 times 1 out of 1,000.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you've seen that to expand, you'll have to get the digit, like the first digit is 9 and its place value is 1s. And taking us back to the table, its numerical value, the numerical value for 1s is 1. That's why we are multiplying 9 times 1. The next digit is 8 times its place value is 10th, where 10th mean 1 out of 10. Sebunya. Then the next one we have is 5 times. The place value of 5 in that number is 100th, which is 1 times 100, 1 out of 100, and plus the last digit, which is 3 times its place value, which is 1000th, meaning 1 out of 1000. Then, using place values, that is the first step. In the second step, you can go ahead and now express the fractions as decimals, where we say 1 out of 10 means 0.1. 1 out of 100 is the same as 0.10. and 1 out of 1,000 means 0.01. So in simple, we are saying we can go ahead and say 9 times 1 plus 8 times 0.1. Remember, 0.1 is the same as 1 out of 10. Plus 5 times 1 out of 100. Komuhanji, you are not attentive. Then 5 times 1 out of 100, which is the same as 5 times 0.01. And then lastly, 3 times 1 out of 1,000, which is 3 times 0.001. That is where you stop when you are asked to expand a number using place values. You don't go ahead to find the values, please. That is where you stop as far as expanding a decimal is concerned. We can have the next example that we have there. It is almost the same. I want Akech Mary. Akech Mary, read the second example and take us through the expansion steps.
Yes, teacher.
Read for us the example, the second example, and take us through the steps up to the last part that we have there. Are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, read the second example.
Expand 56.97 using place values.
Before you continue, that is not 97. After the decimal point, let's pronounce the digits. We shall learn how to write them in words without using point. But whenever you say point, the next digit we say 97. Can you repeat that question?
Expand 56.97 using place values.
Thank you. We have the first step we have there is, okay, thank you. Nasali Angela. Nasali Angela, can you take us through the steps that we have there? Nasali, unmute and take us through the steps. That's Angela, yes. Are you there? Nasali is not yet ready.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, take us through the steps of expanding 56.97 using place values.
5 times 10 plus 6 times 1 plus 9 times 1 out of 10 plus 7 times 1 out of 100.
Thank you very much. The next step will be
5 times 10 plus 6 times 1 plus 9 times 0.1 plus 7 times 0.01.
Thank you very much. So in the first step, you're seeing us saying, basing on the place value table that we have there, you can see that the place value of each digit is indicated, and that's what you have to do in the exercise that you have there. You have to look at the digit. The place value of 5 is 10, so we shall multiply 5 times 10. The next is 6, the place value is 1, in that order, the way you are seeing it. So when you go back, you check in your marking guide. Open your marking guides, and then you see this. You check where we are looking at expanding decimals. Open those marking guides and see where we are expanding decimals. Where we are having exercise, they are saying expand each of the following decimals using place values. If you have seen that part, put up your hand and I see. If you've seen it, put up the hand and I see. Okay, I can see majority have seen. Let me hear from Anyaiti Christine. Anyaiti Christine, can you read what is number 1 there? Anyaiti Christine, what is number 1?
8.9.
Thank you very much. What is the expansion there? Which expansion do we have for 8.9? Expanding using place values?
8 times 1 plus 9 times 1 out of 10. 8 times 1 plus 9 times 0.1.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anyait. Let me go to, let me hear from Kakai Mari. Kakai Mari, can you read for us number 3? Number 3. Which number do we have there?
183.45.
It is 183.45. Tell us the expansion. How do we expand that number using place values?
1 times 100 plus 8 times 10 plus 3 times 1 plus 4 times 1 out of 10 plus 5 times 1 out of 100.
Which gives us?
1 times 100 plus 8 times 10 plus 3 times 1 plus 4 times 0.1 plus 5 times 0.01.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Marie. And then the rest, I think since we have them, let me hear from only this last person. Let me hear from Tino, Precious. Tino. Tino. Tino, read for us number 6. Okay, if Tino is not there, let us hear from Alex Ojambo. Alex Ojambo. Alex Ojambo, read for us number 6.
My name is Ethan. Excuse me, I don't have that book.
Okay, let me hear from Fortunate Nancy. Fortunate Nancy. Nancy Fortunate, you are not paying attention. She's not there. Okay. Kauma Patricia. Kauma Patricia. Read for us number 6 and take us through the steps. Kauma. Have you seen her? Kauma, read for us number 6. Unmute and read for us number 6. Kauma, are you there? Is not there. Kionga. So Kionga, you read for us number 6 on that paper. Number 6.
Number 6 is 12.5.
Are you sure? Number 6. Is it the one?
No, teacher. 27.93.
Number 6. We are on
Yes,
expanding. We are on expanding using this. Using place values. That is lesson 3.
Yes.
Are you
It
sure?
is 27.931.
Let me hope that's what you're saying. It is the correct one. So how is the expansion? What is the expansion there?
2 times 10 plus 7 times 1 plus 9 times 1 out of 10 plus 3 times 1 out of 100 plus 1 times 1 out of 1,000.
Okay. So which takes us to the next step, the way we can see them. Is that okay? So that is when they tell you to expand using place values, please, that is where you are supposed to stop. You can see the number has occupied. It was a small number. It has now occupied a large space, but it has not changed. When you take that number back, the way we shall see, it will take us to 56. It will take us back to 56.97. The example we have on the screen. Manuela, Kionga Manuela, where you are, please stop playing and concentrate. Then there is a Princess Galaxy. Make sure you put your name. You're also playing. So that is all to do with expanding using placing values. Next, we want to see or look at expanding decimals using values. What is making a difference here is that with expanding using values, you have to go ahead and get the values. I hope I'm very clear there. You have to go ahead and find the values. Like we are going to say. Let me have Nalwoga R. Read for us the first step. What shall we do when we are expanding decimals or decimal numbers using values? Read for us the first step. Nalwoga. Nalwoga Rachel. Okay. Nalwoga is not there. Let us hear from Immaculate. Immaculate. Immaculate, try to be fast. Read for us the first step. What shall we do?
Multiply each digit by its place value.
Thank you very much. You can even take us through the second step. After multiplying each digit by its place value,
go ahead to find the place values, but maintaining a plus sign in between the values as seen in the examples.
Read it again.
Go ahead to find the values, but maintaining a plus sign in between the values as seen in the examples.
Thank you very much, Immaculate. So it is not different from what we have been doing, only that this one, you go ahead and add another step, which involves getting the values. Let us see in our example that we have there. Let me get Nangendo Maria. Nangendo Maria. Read for us the first example that we have there.
Yes,
Nangendo,
teacher.
read for us the example. Example number 1.
Expand 6.592 using values.
Thank you very much. You're not sure? Okay, so we are to expand the
I'm not sure if we're in values.
Yeah, the heading is reading values.
Okay.
So we are to expand 6.592 using values.
Values.
So you can see that the first two steps, in fact, the first, because we have the place value table, we have the first step, we have the third step there. Okay. You make sure you follow through those steps. Manuela, we need to see you clearly. Manuela, you are going to be removed from class. Can we see you physically? Let us see your real face, not designing it the way you have designed it. We are going to put you off and you'll not be in position to attend the lesson. So we are seeing that the first step, the first two steps are exactly the same. They're exactly the same. Let us be here, Aivaziwe Jovia. Aivaziwe Jovia, take us through the first two steps of expanding 6.592 using values.
6 times 1 plus 5 times 0.1 plus 9 times 0.01 plus 2 times 0.001.
Okay, you left the first one. I wanted the first step first before coming to the next one.
6 times 1 plus 5 times 1 out of 10 plus 9 times 1 out of 100 plus 2 times 1 out of 1,000.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You can stop there. So that first step links us to the second step where we express the fractions as a decimals, the way you are seeing it in the second step there. Now we said with values, what makes it unique is that here you have to go ahead and find the values. You have to go ahead and find the values. Look at the side work, how we multiply decimals. The first one is a whole number where we are having 6 times 1. Automatically, it gives us 6, the way you're seeing, plus you get 0.1, you arrange vertically, the way you're seeing in our side work, where we have 0.1 times 5 gives us 5 times, sorry, gives us 5 times 1, which is 5 point, 5 times 0, which is 0, giving us 0.5. Please, I'm sure we are moving together. Next is 9 times 0.01. When you arrange it vertically, you can see it becomes 0.01 times 9, where we have 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 0 is 0, 9 times 0 is 0, which is 0.09. And then lastly, we have 2 times 0.001. When you arrange it vertically, you can see we have 0.001 times 2, which gives us 0.002, meaning that the value of 6 in that number is 6. The value of 5 in that number is 0.5. The value of the value of 9 in that number is 0.09. And the value of 2 in that number is 0.002. I hope we are together in that first step. I mean, in our first example. Here you go ahead to find the values. So we have those numbers, which numbers are still even in our exercise that we gave you. The ones that we have here, we are to expand the following decimals as instructed. The first instruction we have there is using the place values. Please understand the difference between the two. And in the next one, you'll see that we are to expand using values, which we have just looked at. And we said with the values, do the same as in place values, but here go ahead to find the place value. I mean, to find the values, but maintaining a plus sign in between the values for each digit. If we are together, physically put up your hand and I see. Yes, if you are following, physically put up the hand and I see. Thank you very much. I can see majority of you have followed up to that. Let us look at that one, lesson 4, which is still expanding decimals using values. Check your marking guides. Remember, we are correcting, we are making sure that we correct what you had already written. If it is correct, thank you very much. But if you failed it, please check and see what made you to fail. It may be that you failed to multiply correctly, or there was something else that made you to fail. Look at lesson 4. May I request Namagunga Michelle. Namagunga Michelle, read for us the first number 1 on the expansion using values. What is the first number on the expansion using values?
7.8.
Thank you very much. Which gives us?
7.8.
Which gives us, expand it and we see the first step.
7 times 1. 7 times 1 plus 8 times 1 out of 10. 7 times 1 plus 8 times 0.1. 7 plus 0.8.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So that is for number 1. I'm just going through because some of you have the marking guides there. And if you don't have, following those steps and the examples that we have had, you can try out the 3 numbers that we have. Komo Hanji, your hand is up.
Are you on now?
Komo Hanji. Komo Hanji, unmute and tell us what the problem is.
Teacher, I just wanted to say an answer.
Say it, please. Can you now read for us number 4 and tell us the answer? Number 4 in the marking guide.
0 times 1 plus 8 times 1 out of 10 plus 9 times 1 out of 100 plus 3 times 1 out of 1,000. 0 times 1 plus 8 times 0.1 plus 9 times 0.01 plus 3 times 0.001 is equal to 0 plus 0.8 plus 0.09 plus 0.003.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, maybe what we can talk about that number. If the number, the whole number is 0, since 0 means nothing, we can start from the next step where we are having a whole number, where we are having a digit, which is a counting number. Like we would start from 8 times its place value plus 9 times its place value, like that. That's why in the last step, the way you're seeing, 0 has been left out. 0 has been left out. Is that okay? So can we look at that? Since you have the marking guides, look at that work and correct it properly. Those who don't have, following the explanation that we have gone through, I guess you are in position to expand the number using the 2 forms that we have looked at so far. We are to move on to the next one, which is now bringing back the other number we expanded back to the original number, or writing the expanded decimal number in short form. I guess we are together. Writing the expanded decimal numbers in short form. Are you all able to see? That's good if you're able to see what we have displayed there. Now, the first example we have there, before we go to that example, to bring back or to write the expanded number in short, you need to first get the values. We are just lucky that in the first example that we have been given values. The number has been expanded using values, which is very okay. After getting the values, then you have to know, or put this in mind, that you have to arrange the given values vertically or downwards according to their place values. According to their place values. The way you can see, there is a small a green part on top there which we needed to have the place values. But since we know how to include or how to draw the place value tables, Nakalema, what's the problem? Nakalema?
Teacher, I was asking
yes.
in expanding using place values and using values, is the place value table necessary?
To a certain extent is necessary, but if you know the place values, but it is very important to have it, but if you know the place values of each digit, you are able to follow them, it is very okay. You can leave the place value table out, but it's very important to me. I feel we should have it there. So we arrange the given values the way we are seeing in our example, where if we have a whole number, like we have 60, 60 also express it as a decimal by saying 60.00 or point any number of zeros. After all, it will not. Why are you doing that? Because these other numbers have decimal points, and the decimal points should be in the same line. The way you're seeing them, the same line, and the digit on the right should remain on the right, and the digit on the left should remain on the left. Atuno, Nicole, can you pay attention? The way you're seeing, we shall have the 60, where 60 shall be expressed as a decimal as 60.00 plus, we bring down 0 point, you see the point is in the same line, 8.8. It should be 0.8. That 0 has been added just for purposes to act as a place value holder. Don't say the other one was 0.8. Here we are saying 0.80. The next one we have there is 0.09, where we have 0 point, because 0 was the only digit which was on the left of the decimal point. And on the right of the decimal point, we had 0, then 9. Are we together? So after arranging it vertically, the way we are seeing it, you go ahead and add, beginning with the place value on the right, where we have the first place value there as the hundredth, where we have the digits 0, 0, 9. So 0 plus 9 is 9. We go to 10th, 0, 8, 0. 0 plus 8, then plus 0, which gives us 8. Point, still in the same line. Then we go to that one in the place value of ones, where we have 0, 0, 0. We write, which is 0 plus 0 plus 0, giving us 0. And in the tens place value, we have only 6. In the second example, it has been given as the expansion is in place value form, where you have to express the place values as the values, the way you're seeing it. So it will give us 0. It will, when you multiply 4 times 0.01, it will give us 0.04, plus 9 times 0.1 will give us 0.9, plus 0.008, then plus the 7 times 10 is 70, where 70 is a whole number. So the 70 can be expressed as a decimal as 70.000, any number of zeros, it doesn't matter. What is important is putting the decimal point in the same line. Putting the decimal point in the same line, the way we are seeing the arrangement, the vertical arrangement clearly indicated. I hope you all have that information there. We can see Namagunga. Namagunga has a question. Namagunga Kabri. Yes, Namagunga. You have a question? Unmute, unmute. I saw your hand up. That's why I'm asking you to unmute and ask.
Teacher.
Yes, please.
Can we arrange the numbers starting from 7 times 10?
Starting from 7 times 10?
Yes.
It is okay. What is important, once you have the plus sign, the value will not change. Even if you put 7 in the middle, the multiplication will give you the value as 70. So the arrangement does not matter. But when it comes to vertical arrangement, it is always important we arrange according to what we have in our example. We have those questions which you have even in your paper. You have them in your papers and you have the marking guides. Please make sure that you look at them. Make sure that you look at them and be in position to answer the questions that you have in the sets that we have. So the remaining work that we have, I'm very sure on Friday you'll be there and we shall have to complete it together. I thank you so much for participating during the lesson and urge you to continue doing the same even in the next lesson. Thank you so much for being attentive and may you please do the work. Do not go off because the next lesson is starting as soon as I leave. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Bye, teacher.
Every time somebody
No service. Wait. Ends at 11. Thank you,
guys,
teacher.
bye.
Teacher.
Okay, for your service. Guys, my friend coming.
Thank you, teacher. For your service.
Okay, the teacher is coming straight.
Okay, I'll disable the chat.
Not really, teacher. Oh man, every time I do, yo, guys. Let's say every time. Guys, you know what I'm saying. And I think you have to fast keep quiet. I think we have to keep quiet. Teacher is going to start. Maybe English. Say, get right. I teacher. They can't see you. Bye to K. Teacher, they are studying for K.
I would like to welcome everybody to this lesson. Good morning, everybody. And maybe before we start this lesson, I would like to request you to always pay attention. Put your camera on so that I can see your face, and also participate actively. And the last one is, I would like you to be disciplined throughout the lesson. So we are going to continue from where we stopped last time. I hope you continued. We are now continuing to lesson 3. And we're looking at those questions for lesson 3. And I want somebody to read for us number 1. Number 1, our lesson 3. And Nangendo Maria, read for us number 1.
Yes, teacher.
Read for us number 1, Nami and Maria.
Give 2 ways people of pre-colonial Uganda were politically organized.
Oh, Maria, we are on lesson 3 activity, number 1.
Okay. Name the earliest kingdom to be formed in Uganda.
Very good, thank you, Maria. Now, I want to give us the answer.
Me, teacher. Teacher, me. Please, teacher. Please.
Can we get it from Katsime? Katsime, are you ready? Give us the answer for number 1, Katsime, Mary. Katsime, are you with us? Number 1. Thank you, Katsime. And now let's go to number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Daniela, give us that one, number 2. Navira, Daniela.
Abatembuzi.
Thank you. Oh, we can call them Abatembuzi. Oh. Daniela, would you want to give it another try? Oh, it seems Daniela has left us. We have them as Abatembuzi, correct? But we can also call them the Batembuzi. Thank you. Let's move to number.
Ruhanga. What is the newspaper?
Yes. Something is wrong. I think someone has a bad connection. Bad connection.
Teacher is not.
Ruhanga.
Zabachwezi succeeded Zabatembuzi. I think my network is not well. Zabachwezi succeeded Zabatembuzi.
No, the teacher is not around, maybe.
Wamara. Teacher, you are muted. Teacher, you are muted. Wamara, the last king.
Wamara was the last king.
Teacher, you are muted.
Wait first. Okay. So you've given us the answer for number 5, correct?
Wamara.
The last king. Thank you.
Wamara.
Wamara. Now let's go to number 6. Number 6, wait first.
At Bigobia Mugenyi in Sembabule district.
Rena, give us Nachaja Rena.
Have a muted voice for a daughter. At
Rena,
Wamara, King Wamara.
Number 6.
Bigobia Mugenyi in Sembabule.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That one was Bigobia Mugenyi in Sembabule. Now we move to number 7. Number 7, I want somebody to read for us the question first before we give the answer. Kakai Anna. Kakai Anna. Kakai, are you getting us? Anna, Kakai. We are number 7, Kakai.
This was the place that, wait. This
Kakai,
is
be confident and talk.
that is where the Bachwezi's headquarters are found.
Oh, thank you, Kakai. But someone help Kakai. Kakai, you've tried. Ninsima, give us Martina. Number 7. The question is, how is Bigo Byamugenyi economically important in Uganda?
Bigo Byamugenyi acts as a source of income through tourism.
Very good, Martina. Thank you very much. Number 8. Number 8. Someone to read for us. Amuge Charlotte. Amuge Charlotte. Amuge is not there. Ayeta Emanuela. Ayeta Emanuela, number 8. Ayeta, talk to us, number 8.
Why were the referred to as good?
Thank you, Ayeta. Now I want the answer. Somebody to give us the answer. Will Julie Dorin give us the answer? Will Julie give us the answer? Will Julie, are you with us?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, give us the answer for number 8.
The Bachwezi could perform miracles.
Thank you, Julie. That's a good answer. Now we go to number 9. Number 9. Nakabubi Angela, read for us number 9. Nakabubi Angela, read for us number 9.
Who was the founder of Luo Babito dynasty?
Oh, thank you very much, Angela. Now we are looking for the answer. Want the answer now. Was the founder of the Luo Babito dynasty? Atwaire Maria, give us the answer. Maria. Number 9.
Marukindi Mpuga.
Very good, Maria. Thank you very much. So that one was Isingoma Impuga Rukidi. That was the founder of the Luo Babito dynasty in Bunyoro. So there we come to the end of our lesson 3 activity. Now we are going to move to the next one. That is the next activity. That is now lesson 4 activity. Bagala, read for us the question. The first one, 1A.
State the contribution of the Bachwezi in the following ways.
Oh, the first word you didn't pronounce it well. Economic contributions. Can you read it again?
Economical contributions.
Oh, Bagala, give it a try. Don't fear. Read it again.
Economical.
I like the way you are practicing it. Now read it. I see you are very sure of it.
Contributions.
Okay, economic contributions of the Bachwezi. Very good now. Can we start getting them? Kancha Rose, give us the first one. The first economic contribution of the Bachwezi. Rose Kancha.
They introduced longhorned cattle.
Thank you, Rose. Nakaiwa Petronena. Nakaiwa Petronella. Give us another one. Apart from the longhorn cattle.
Iron smelting.
Nakaiwa, I don't get you.
They introduced iron smelting.
Nakaiwa, are you still with us?
Yes.
Correct. Give us another, now we go to another one. Kevironji Joan. Kevironji Joan, give us another one. Apart from longhorn cattle and iron smelting. Kevironji Joan, are you still there with us?
They introduced coffee growing.
Very good. Now, Akech, give us the next one. Apart from coffee growing, longhorn cattle, and iron smelting.
They
Akech
introduced
Mary.
pottery.
Thank you.
They introduced pottery.
Correct, Akech. Singura Jeanette. Give us another one. Asingwire, give us the next one. Apart from the longhorn cattle, coffee growing, pottery, iron smelting.
They introduced backcloth making.
We've lost our friend there. So we have others like, they started also salt mining at Lake Katwe. They also introduced backcloth making. So in addition to the other, so we have introduced longhorn cattle, introduced iron smelting, coffee growing. They started salt mining at Lake Katwe. They introduced backcloth making, and they introduced pottery. So those were the economic contributions of the Bachwezi. So let's look at number 2. Be part of it, the political contributions of the Bachwezi. Asimwe Abigail, give us the first one. Political contributions of the Bachwezi. Asimwe Abigail. Asimwe, are you still there with us?
Yes, teacher.
Give us the first political contribution of the Bachwezi.
They introduced royal regalias.
Correct. Buliawa, give us the next one. Buliawa, give us the next political contribution. Apart from royal regalia.
They introduced the building of reed palaces.
Good. Now, apart from royal regalia and building of reed palaces, Marklin, give us the next one, the last one. Marklin, Mulaya, Kauma Patricia, give us the next one. Kauma Patricia. Apart from the introduced royal regalia, building of reed palaces, what else? Political contribution.
They introduced centralized system of government.
Thank you. So the political contributions we have, they introduced centralized system of government. They introduced a royal regalia. Then they also introduced the building of reed palaces. So those are the political contributions. Now let's move to the next one. C. We are looking at the social contributions. Hey. Now we look at the social contributions. We are looking at the social contributions of the Bachwezi. Mutoni Martha. Mutoni Martha. The first social contribution of the Bachwezi. Mutoni Martha. Oh, Nalwende Abigail. Nalwende Abigail. Nalwende Abigail.
They introduced local chess.
Correct. Thank you, Abigail. Now we move. Mwesije Diara. Another one, apart from local chess, which was called Mweso. Any other social contribution of the Bachwezi? Mwesije Diara. Yara, we have lost you. Mukonyenzi Winfrey. Winfrey. Oh, Winfrey, give us another social contribution of the Bachwezi, apart from introducing local chess called Omweso. Winfrey, are you there? Nachanzi Laura. Nachanzi Laura, the social contributions of the Bachwezi, apart from introducing local chess, which was called Omweso.
They introduced cowhide sandals.
Very good, Laura. Now let's move to another one. So we have, they introduced local chess, which was called Omweso. They introduced the building of grass-thatched huts. They also introduced the idea of digging ditches to provide water for their animals. Then we also have, they introduced cowhide sandal. Thank you. Let's look at another one now. Number two. Number two, the question is, how did the size of Bunyoro Kitara Empire contribute to its collapse? How did the size of Bunyoro Kitara Empire contribute to its collapse? Tuke Isabel. Tuke, are you with us?
Yes, teacher.
Isabel,
the empire was too big.
How? Very good, Tuke. The empire was too large to be ruled by one king. Thank you very much. So we move to the next activity. That is on lesson 5. Kaitesi Chloe, read for us the first question. Kaitesi Chloe.
Yes, teacher.
Read for us the first question on activity lesson 5, number 1.
Name 3 countries from which Buganda Kingdom was developed.
Can you read that question again?
Name 3 countries from which Buganda Kingdom. Name 3 countries from which Buganda Kingdom was developed.
Okay, it is name 3 counties from which Buganda Kingdom developed. So we're looking at the 3 counties. You're supposed to name 3 counties from which Buganda Kingdom developed. Can we get those counties now? Nambiru, give us one. Share.
Busiro.
Correct, Nambiru.
Chadondo.
Thank you, Nambiru. Nambiru has given us all. Thank you very much, Nambiru.
Okay.
Nambiru has given all of them. So we have Busiro County, Maokota County, Chadondo County, and we have Chagwe County. Okay, we move to the next question. Can someone read it for us?
What title?
Amoding Angela.
What title is
Read for
given?
us number 2.
What title is given to the king?
Okay, we are continuing. We are still on our number 2. Number 2. We are still looking for our answer. Number 2.
Who is number 2? The founder of SST is given to a king in Uganda.
Annabelle, give us the answer.
Is believed to have been the founder of the
A king in Uganda.
Title is given to a king in Buganda.
What title is given to a king in Uganda? Who is believed to be the founder of Buganda Kingdom?
What title is given to a king in Uganda Kingdom?
What title is given to a king in Uganda Kingdom? Kabaka.
What title?
Now we continue. Nambiru Faith, read for us number 2. Nambiru Faith.
What title is given to a king in Buganda Kingdom?
Nambiru Faith.
What title is given to a king in Buganda Kingdom?
Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Faith. Kauchi Nicole, give us the answer.
No.
Kauchi Nicole, give us the answer. Thank you, Kauchi. That one is Kabaka. Now go to number 3. Number 3 is Namanya Crystal. Read for us number 3. Namanya Crystal. Read for us number 3.
Who is believed to have been the founder of Buganda Kingdom?
Thank you, Namanya. Thank you, Namanya. Nantale Elizabeth, give us the answer for number 3. Nantale Elizabeth. Nantale, are you still with us? Seems to have lost Nantale. Imalu Noelin, give us the answer for number 3. Imalu.
Chimera.
Thank you, Noelin. So go to number 4. Number 4. Nantu Merona, read for us number 4.
Give 4
Nantu
factors,
Merona.
give 4 factors that led to the growth of Buganda Kingdom.
Thank you, Rona. Can we now get the answers? The 4 factors that led to the growth of Buganda Kingdom. Ojambo Alex, give us one.
Lake Victoria
Ojambo, are you with
provided.
us?
Yes.
Unmute
had
first, Ojambo.
It had strong and able leaders. It had strong and able leaders.
Thank you, Alex. Eliana Subi. Okay,
Yes,
thank
please,
you,
teacher.
Ojambo. Now, Eliana Subi, give us another
please,
one, apart from strong leaders. Give us another answer for number 4. Give us another reason that led to the...
Teacher,
Subi, are you still with us?
had a strong army. Yes, teacher.
Correct. Mutoni Martha, give us another one. Mutoni Martha, give us another answer.
Yes,
Unmute
teacher.
first, Martha. Unmute first, Martha. Now
It
give us
had
the
a-
answer, Martha.
It had a strong leader.
Martha, have you unmuted?
Yes, teacher. It had a strong leader.
Mutoni?
It had a strong
Mutoni, I
leader.
don't get you. Give us that answer properly.
It had a
Yes,
strong
give us the
leader.
answer.
It had a strong leader.
Mutoni?
It
Thank
had
you.
fertile soil.
Thank you, Mutoni. Nanyunja Winfrey. Give us another answer. Nanyunja Winfrey.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher. Teacher, the network is not working.
We can't hear.
Teacher, we can't hear anything. It is breaking.
Yes, we are listening. Some other voices coming.
Teacher, you are on and off.
Yeah, not on network. Next. Network is unstable. We are unable to hear.
Teacher, we can't hear you very well.
Now it is okay?
Yes,
Yes,
Can you hear
teacher.
me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, I was giving you the answers now for our number 4. The first one was Buganda had a strong army. It had strong leaders. There was plenty of food in the kingdom. It was also located in an area that had fertile soil. Then the position of Buganda near Lake Victoria also protected it from its enemies. Then the last one, you could also talk about Buganda was small in size and was easy to manage. So those are some of the factors that led to the growth of Buganda. So I want us now to look at set 2. We have finished set 1. Now we are looking at set 2, lesson 1, activity. Are we there? Namagunga Mary. Unmute first and read for us number 1. Lesson activity
Right.
set 2.
Write CMS in full. Christian Missionary
Thank you, Mary.
Society.
Oh, you missed the first one. You missed it. Give it another try. Unmute first. The first one. It is not Christian.
Right.
Are you giving it a try or you are
Church
scared?
Missionary Society. Church
Very
Missionary
good.
Society.
Okay. Number 2. Now number 2. Nabwayo Leah. Leah, read for us number 2. Unmute first. Leah, unmute and read for us number 2. Yes, unmute and read for us number 2. Question number 2.
Okay.
Leah, are you still there?
What role did
Read
yes,
for us.
teacher. What role
Read for us
did
number 2.
What role did the church society
Read it
towards
here.
the spread? What role did CMS play towards the spread of Christianity in Uganda?
Okay. So the question was, what role did the Church Missionary Society play towards the spread of Christianity in Uganda? So now when the Abigail, give us the answer. Unmute first, Nalwende. Give us the answer for number 2. Abigail, are you with us? Abigail, I'm not getting you. Abigail, are you still there? Abigail, give that answer again. Oh, we have lost Abigail. Yes, Nachiganda Emily. Unmute first, Emily. Nachiganda, give us the answer. Emily, unmute and give us the answer. Emily, are you with us? Emily, we have lost you. Nangendo and Maria, unmute first, then you give us the answer for number 2. Nangendo Emily,
teacher.
unmute and give us the answer. Give us the answer for number 2. Nangendo
Yes,
Emily,
teacher.
give us the answer for number 2. We have lost. Yes, give us the answer for number 2.
Spread Christianity.
Oh.
The Church Missionary Society taught reading and writing in Uganda.
Good trial. Now let's get it another answer from Nalukwago. Nalukwago, give us the answer for number 2. Unmute first, Nalukwago.
It sent missionaries which spread Christianity.
Yes, Nalukwago. Complete that answer, Nalukwago.
It sent missionaries who spread Christianity in
Nalukwago, your
Uganda.
network is breaking. Nalukwago, give that answer again.
It sent missionaries who spread Christianity in Uganda.
Drug or drudge?
Correct, Nalukwago. The Church Missionary Society sent the first group of missionaries to Uganda. Thank you. Let's move to number 3.
Yes, teacher.
Hello?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Okay. Now in number 3, the question is, state 2 reasons why the missionaries came to Uganda. That is our question number 3. Tessa Divine, give us the unmute and give us the answer. Tessa Divine, reasons why missionaries came to Uganda.
They came to preach the word of God in Uganda.
Thank you. Thank you, Divine. Thank
Welcome,
you, Divine. Nambiru Faith, unmute and give us the answer. Nambiru Faith, are you with us?
To preach the word of God.
Reasons why the missionaries came to Uganda.
To preach the word of God.
Apart from preaching the word of God. Apart from that one. Can you give us another one?
And that is
apart from preaching the word of God. Oh, okay, Faith.
To teach people
you
how
can get
to
it from another person. Daniela Nabira. Daniela.
To teach Ugandans how to read and write.
Thank you, Daniela. Another reason. So we can have the first one, they came to spread Christianity or to teach the word of God. Then the other one, you can also say they came to teach people how to read and write. Then the last one you could also give was, they also came to promote Western civilization teaching people new ways of living. Then the last one, also to stop slave trade. Thank you very much. Now we can move to number 4. Number 4, Biamukama Alson. Unmute first and give a read for us number 4. Biamukama Alson. Unmute Biamukama and read for us the question. Biamukama is not with us.
Which was the first group of Christian missionaries to come to Uganda?
Okay, Biamukama, thank you. Which was the first group of Christian missionaries to come to Uganda? Now we want the answer. Anglican give us the answer. Correct. You are there? Church Missionary Society. Now let's go to the next question. Number 5. Number 5. Naka, you are Petronella. Unmute first and read for us number 5. Petronella.
Mention any 2 contributions of Alexander Mackay.
Correct. So can we give those contributions of Alexander Mackay in Uganda? Mulungi Anna. Unmute and give us contributions of Alexander Mackay in Uganda. Just give us one. Mulungi Anna, unmute first.
He was a
Anna,
teacher.
are you still? Thank you. Thank you. Kataike Hilda, give us another contribution of Alexander Mackay.
He was a carpenter.
Thank you, Hilda. Nambasa Anna. Unmute first and give us another contribution of Alexander Mackay. Anna, unmute first.
He brought the first printing press in Uganda.
Oh, very good, Anna. So here we have these answers. He spread Christianity in Uganda. He brought the first printing machine to Uganda for printing books. Then he taught some Ugandans practical skills like carpentry, painting, building, and he was also a good teacher. Thank you. Then also he was the leader of the Anglican missionaries in Uganda. So let's move and we look at number 6. Katsime Mary, read for us number 6. Unmute first.
Name the first 3 Christian missionaries to come to Uganda.
Thank you, Katsime. The first 3 Christian missionaries to come to Uganda. Namudu, Adriana, unmute first and give us the 3 missionaries. You can give us one. Namudu. Name the first 3 Christian missionaries to come to Uganda. Namudu.
Alexander Mackay.
Oh, Namudu, you have missed that one. Eleko Aquila, unmute and give us the answer. The first 3 missionaries to come to Uganda.
Reverend
Eleko.
Titi Wilson, Charles
Thank you.
Smith.
Oh, and the last one?
O'Neill.
Thank you, Eleko. So they were Reverend C.T. Wilson, Shaggold Smith, and O'Neill. Those were the first 3 Christian missionaries to come to Uganda, and they were sent by the Church Missionary Society. And these ones were Anglican missionaries, and they came to Uganda in 1877. So let's look at our number 7. This is the last one. Kamara Mimi, read for us number 7. Unmute first and read for us number 7.
Where did the first Christian missionaries establish their headquarters in Uganda?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Now we're looking for the answers. Where did the first Christian missionaries establish their headquarters in Uganda? Amuge Charlotte, give us the answer. Unmute first and give us the answer, Amuge. Amuge Charlotte, unmute and give us the answer. Where did the first Christian missionaries establish their headquarters in Uganda? Amuge Charlotte, unmute and give us the answer. We have lost Amuge. We can get it from Naluoga Rachel. Naluoga, unmute and give us the answer. Where did the first Christian missionaries establish their headquarters in Uganda? Naluoga Rachel, unmute and give us the answer. Oh, so the question was, where did the first Christian missionaries establish their headquarters in Uganda? So that was in Namirembe in Mengo. So that's where the first Christian missionaries established their headquarters in Uganda. And these were the Anglican missionaries who were sent by the Church Missionary Society. So they established their headquarters at Namirembe in Mengo. So have you looked at all those numbers, starting from where we stopped last time and now where we have reached? Now, have you been following, looking at those numbers? Where you have failed, you can make corrections there. And when we meet again next time, we shall look at continue from there. But thank you for being good girls. Thank you for being active during the sharing. And thank you for behaving well. So always keep revising, look at your work such that when we meet, we shall look at those questions again. So we shall have our next lesson again on Friday. Shall have on Friday. That's when we shall have our lesson again. So be ready at that time. Continue being active at home, revising your work and helping your parents. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, teacher, for teaching us.
Thank you, teacher, for teaching
Hi,